What is up? What is going on? Dave at SVA Card Collectors. Hectic weekend for me. Really busy. Did the, instead of a 4, we did a 3-box mixer. I don't remember if that was Friday night. I think it was Friday night. And went pretty well. Nothing crazy. Got a Yadier Molina to 25 on, what the hell was it? Wasn't Topps Chrome. It was, I believe, Topps Stadium Club. What was it? Yeah. So there's that. I finally separated everything. I thought I could get it out tonight. Today I can't because I just didn't have stuff because they're a little bit bigger, the amount. So it'll be out tonight. Apologies, sorry about that. But also went to the East Coast National. I don't know what I call it that, but at Westchester. I'm not gonna lie to you. I went there because I wanted to promote the show, and I haven't been to a real card show in a while. I went to one in Nassau at Hofstra, Long Island, which is a college, which was semi-big. It was like 150 tables. And I just didn't... It seemed like a lot of the same guys were there, but there was also other people from New Jersey, Queens, and the whole, it had a little bit of everything. What is this guy? There's literally a guy right in the middle. So that's nice, guys. So I went there. That was my goal, to promote this show. I thought I'd be talking to a bunch of people, and boy, was I scared. I was scared. I was not nervous, but I'm not very good, and that's why I want to do it more, at talking to people about stuff I am passionate about it. I do, really love this stuff, but it's just, for me to get out of my shell, once I start going, I'm fine. It's just breaking the seal, as they say. Since, back in the day when you would drink too much beer. Don't break the seal. It's so stupid. Of course, you're going to hold it in the whole night. But anyway, so I was there, and for the first, I would say, hour, I literally just walked around and was silent. I didn't talk to too many people. I was like a wolf, almost like a wallflower. I was looking, and little teenagers and guys in college, completely, I got intimidated, as crazy as it sounds, because just listening to them talk, and it was like me back in the day. Because all I would do is you look at the price guides constantly, look at all the cards. They knew everything about these cards. They were selling mostly basketball and football, not too much in baseball. And these guys they had those big black cases. Now you might see them there in a hard shell. They're for really expensive cards, and they hold them. It's a pretty heavy box as well. These guys had kids had 100, 200, 300 cards. And each one that they're pulling out, I'm looking at, these are 200 to 500, and then you got some of them that are a couple thousand. And the guys have, like I said, maybe not 100. No joke. And there was 4 or 5 of these guys just walking around. They had better stuff than the dealers. And I wouldn't even know what to ask for. I would, every single one, I would have to stop and look it up. And they just knew. I mean, obviously it's their card, so that they have a better idea, but just crazy. It was just crazy in that fact. Other fact, there were, now, for a card show, a bunch of girls there. Normal girls. Just regular girls. I wasn't looking for a date, but it was just very surprising. Now, you would always have the moms that would come with and they would bring their sons, and you had some of that. But there was just a lot of girls straight up just looking for cards. It was really surprising. Not as pedophilia-ish as other card shows, I'll tell you that much. But this card show had a ton of vintage cards, a lot of vintage, and basketball and football heavy. Yeah, they had some baseball cards. They did have them, and there was a lot of them, but it seemed like the stuff that was really moving, to me anyway, was basketball and football. That's the stuff that was going. And, yeah, it was just so, that's the way I was. I was very intimidated. There was no point where I was talking to a collector or we started chatting and I would just go, oh, hey, I do a podcast. It just would be awkward just to start going up. And it was, I thought I'd be able to film no problem. I didn't film anything. If people would be looking at me like, what's this kid doing? I mean, the whole place would be. Normally I wouldn't care, but for some reason, I don't know, I was shy. I was just scared. So, I would say about 45 minutes in, I finally just started looking through I thought it was a $1 box, a $2 box, and it wasn't. Because they had a bunch of cards in there, like a Willie Mays 72, and it was like for $3. I'm like, all right, I'll take this. He's like, no, it's half off. And then I didn't want it. But then I went to another one, and I thought it was another $1 box, and the guy's like, no. And he literally just looked up every single card. But, very nice guy. I bought a couple of cards from him, and I then said, hey, man, I do a podcast. And most of the people looked at me like I was a freak, which, look, for the most part, the dealers, you know what they look like. The dealers look still, because a lot of them are the same, where you wouldn't want to give your kid to them. So the fact that they were looking at me weird, now that might be a good thing, because they might be going, why are you wasting your time? I'm not gonna. And but he said, oh, I actually have done a podcast before, and he took my card, I took his. I don't think most of these people are going to be looking, are going to be contacting me. Some people they said that they didn't have any. But once I started getting the ball rolling, whenever I made a deal, I would say I do a podcast. A lot of them were just indifferent and go, oh, yeah, that's nice. And they were just obligatory, and I knew that. But I was still, it was me practicing. That's basically what it came down to. Me being more, opening my shell. And a couple things. I bought 2 Josh Rosen autographs, rookie autographs, Panini 1. Wasn't something I was looking for. To be honest with you, I didn't see much. They didn't have a lot of Josh Rosen autographs. Sam Darnold, somewhat they had. No Panini Prisms. I was just looking for a base card for Sam. Didn't have it. I only saw 2 Baker Mayfields, which I bought for $75. Just paid, I think, what they were worth. I didn't get a deal, but I didn't see them anywhere. And this, I was trying to gain momentum. So it was like the second one that I bought. I also bought, and which I was happy about, I finally found D'Angelo Russell. They had rookie prisms. The guy had 4, but in the Beckett, the grader where it says, the 4 grades, was like, it fell into the card, and then he could push it back in. I didn't want to deal with any of that nonsense, so I bought 3 of them at $105, which I thought was okay. I really didn't see anything cheaper on eBay, and the solds were probably a little bit higher, not much. I just couldn't find them, and I was asking around. So I was happy about that, and I got a couple of other cards, nothing. Those were the major purchases, but I sold. Now, I told you guys I finally opened up both cases of the blaster boxes. The first case I knocked out of the park. I had a silver medal Fernando Tatis, which is a very rare card, and especially to get out of a blaster. I also got an Alonso Era card. And you could tell by the bottom right, when you turn the card in the back, there is a code. If it's something different, 21 was the base, and I forget what the SP was, but if it's anything different from those two, then you're in business. And that's what I noticed. I think 33 is chrome, but this was, the silver medal was a 40. And so I sold that. And I went to another dealer. He said, I would have paid more, but who knows if that's the case. I was happy with it. I got $220 for that card. I got $70 for the Era card. Now, the Era card was going for, a couple sold for $90, and I think one for $100. And now they're listed really high, but I haven't really seen sold. I think I sold that on the low end. I also only got $30 for it because I also got the Josh Rosen card, which I didn't pay attention. I paid one for $45, that was to $150, and the other one I got was to $199. So, and I just didn't realize it. I have to do better research. So, all in all, I was happy. I also sold a Vladimir Chrome for $9.99, and I sold that for $30. Again, I probably could have gotten a little bit more, but right there, I got, I believe, $320. I bought the cases for $295. It wasn't $290, it's $295. So I made my money back right there without selling anything else. Second case was not as good. I would say if I hustle, I'll be able to sell everything. I should get my money back on that second case. I did hit a Vlad Guerrero Chrome to 569 in that, so that was good. And I got an Eloy Jimenez Chrome. Now they're starting to blend. I don't remember which one I got, which one I got where. So at the end of the day, the card show, I'm going to flip back to the card show, was pretty good. Once I started wheeling and dealing and making trades and buying stuff, I started opening up more. I started telling people about my podcast, and I didn't care as much as people making faces at me and go, no, that's nice. Some people were genuine, said, that's pretty cool, I would love to be on. So hopefully some would have to contact me. Who knows if they're going to do that. Others, I have their contact information, and so hopefully we'll be hearing some more things from people. I am at my job. I'm going to end it now. SVAcardcollectors.com. Flick chat. Hit me up on there. You guys know what to do. Buy some cards and go broke. Later.